What's up, what's up, what's up? It is the Sace and Soulfly Show.
You say my name and I get to say yours. Now
Okay,
now you're
go ahead.
confused. It is the Sace and
Soulfly Show.
You're gonna be confused like shit. Cause they gonna be
That's
like,
Sace.
I thought Soulfly had ass, and I seen her. And if that's Soulfly, that's her. Y'all know we always open it up with buffoonery and crazy shit. So, how y'all doing?
What's happening?
You know,
we back. It's 23. Hopefully y'all caught the last show. If you didn't, go to YouTube and do that.
Yeah, check that out.
It was a hoot.
I was on my best behavior as always. You know what I'm saying? Big Daddy is always on her best behavior. I'm looking at the camera. Which one? This one or this one? Which one? Yeah, I'm gonna tell the lie to the camera.
As long as y'all know she's lying. Okay. So we're just gonna hop right into today's show with our usual relationships.
Relationship shits. Because I feel like the relationships of 2023 has got to be like a watery shit. Like, you on the freeway and it's a lot of congestion and you can't even
You trying
get
to
off.
hold it in.
You trying, like, you squeezing your butt cheeks, but you got a 50-year-old ass and it's leaking out. That's what I feel like relationships is today.
Terrible. That is terrible. 2023 done took relationships to a whole nother level, clearly.
God, shit, I should have found me a good wholesome wife like Colson or something.
Yeah.
But shit, let's jump right into it. I'm Mocha.
I'm going to answer to all of the names.
Yeah,
it's fine.
because she got like 12 different names. But
So, the first question.
No,
Okay,
which
go
one
ahead.
you going with? No,
No,
which one you going?
Do
Okay,
it.
okay. Can you date someone who actively tells you, I still listen to R. Kelly?
So, there
Come on, find it.
there are more questions that comes along with this whole scenario. So it's like, because we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
Of course, we always discuss these topics. And the thing is, every now and again, you are going to listen to or hear a song that you have no clue that the brilliant mind,
The
creative mind,
Yeah. We on the same page.
of R. Kelly wrote that song. So you have no clue that you're listening to a song that you absolutely love that he actually wrote, right? There's that scenario. In another scenario, right, you are in a situation where you're like, oh, fuck this, I'm stepping in the lane. I don't give a fuck how many little girls that he raped or kidnapped or did all this stuff. And for me, that makes me want to further question, how do you feel about the victims, his victims, the people that he affected and the families that he negatively impacted with his actions? And it makes me sick to my stomach. I don't do R. Kelly. I don't listen to R. Kelly. If people that I, that I'm around or that I, have some type of relationship with, if they do, they don't do it around me. So it's like I can't help what people do on their own time, but hopefully, I'm on the same page with the person that I'm with or, dealing with about, no, we're not doing R. Kelly. Like, we're not feeding that machine at all, even though some of his victims are getting paid in his credits. I don't know if y'all understand or know that, but I don't want him to have any pennies from me. No, not at all.
Well, from my understanding, he doesn't get paid on none of his shit no more anyway. But
that's good. How do you feel about it?
My thing is, one, did you watch the documentaries that did come out? Because I can understand somebody who didn't watch the documentaries and still listening to it. Because I think I was on the fence until I saw
the documentaries.
That first document, and I was on it when it first dropped, and then it's kind of like when you're thinking about that, some of these songs that we're listening to could have been towards that. Like you can't even listen to 12 Play the Same. You can't.
Or age ain't nothing but a number,
right?
even.
And you're talking talking about Aaliyah's first album, which I'm gonna date myself real quick. I got that album. Y'all remember when you used to do what was it, the CD house or whatever, where you could just get like 12 CDs
CD
for
warehouse.
a penny, and they would send them. And I remember that being that TLC was one, and then that Aaliyah album is a great album for me. But then you realize how much pain probably went behind that album, even for Aaliyah. And it's like, bro, if you still out here just jamming to R. Kelly, it's kind of like, I'm looking at you sideways. Like, if you have kids, and especially if you have a daughter, like how, and if you don't have kids, like think about the message that you would be sending. So for me, it's kind of like,
mix that from the motherfucking playlist.
I think if you look at the severity of it and how deep it went, like even with the Aaliyah thing, Aaliyah was like, she was like 5 or 6 years into him doing all this shit, like knowingly doing it. And Aaliyah was like 14 when
she was 14.
14 when this man met her.
And he definitely was screwing her.
Yeah. All of them though. Like there's so many other cases that got settled out of court with NDAs and shit like that they don't mention. Yes. And it's like, you know, the greater issue with me, and I don't know how everybody else feels, but it's like, it seemed like he was preying on the individuals that he knew no one cared about, which is like young black African American women that come from nothing.
Yeah,
correct.
And so it's deeper than just, oh, he didn't do it, blame the parents. That's fine.
He purposefully did.
Yeah. Exactly.
And he has not said, yes, I did this. Let me, which is why I don't forgive him at all.
It's deeper than some fucking music, man. It's deeper than some music.
And when they asked, do you like teenage girls? You know, he wanted to know how old.
Like, you mean 18? You motherfucker.
I just watched the third installment, which of course follows him going to jail at this point. Like, it's just like, do you know how deep and dark you gotta be to just be, oh my God. Like, we talk about some weird shit in relationships and sexual positions and shit, but we're adults. But do you know how sick in the mind you gotta be to shit on somebody literally with your feces, you know what I'm saying, to piss on someone, to control their minds, take them away from their parents, and we family. All know none of us, we were grown at 18, but we weren't grown in our mind. We were not emotionally prepared for half the shit that we were. It literally takes until
like 24, 25 for all of your shit to start shooting correctly.
Right. And I just think for me, if somebody's telling me like, you still got the playlist, and I get it. I had to redo my playlist too. Like, he was half of the fucking sexual playlist, if that's what you're talking about. But that nigga gotta go. Cause you got Tank. Put him in there. Shit.
Put Tank in there.
Yeah, you know, at this
some
point.
Good ones up. It's some good ones in there. I got a whole playlist of nasty if y'all want it. Hit me up on my DMs. I got a nice list. Couple of them.
I am so sick of you. Like,
next relationships question.
Yeah. This is about yourself.
So what we want to do is hop into the signs that you are in a toxic relationship with yourself.
You, nigga. You are the fucking problem.
Number one, you are extremely critical of yourself or others. And we're just going to run through these and then we'll have a general discussion.
Cool.
Number two, you justify unhealthy habits. I'm so guilty of that. Number three, same. Number three, you sacrifice too much of yourself. Number four, you have low self-esteem. Number five, you look for external validation. So just real quickly, one more time, 5 signs that you're in a toxic relationship with yourself. Extremely critical of yourself or others. You justify unhealthy habits. You sacrifice too much of yourself. You have low self-esteem and you look for external validation. So how do you feel about these 5 toxic traits? And I know we can probably go into a whole lot here, but just overall, how do you feel about these for yourself?
I felt like they was being petty when they talking about unhealthy habits because the fuck. Who you talking about? Like, what you mean? Is it the alcohol? Is it the weed?
Did the shoe fit, bitch?
Snugged in a motherfucker. It was a good fit. Shit. I was like, bitch, this is cute on me. But I think it was one of those things when I came across the article, it was just like, damn.
Yeah.
after all the healing that you think that you've done, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're in therapy, whether you're self-reflecting, whether you're reading these dope ass books, whether you're meditating, whether you're in the crystals, whether you found God, I think all of us can literally see ourselves in at least one of these. So then it's like, okay, I've acknowledged it, kind of like therapy. Okay, it's fucked up, but what do you do about it now to make sure that you're not in a toxic relationship with yourself? Yes. Because first of all, if you're all 5, like, chill, like, go do something about that shit. Low self-esteem, one of those things that I think a lot of people do suffer from. We just don't acknowledge it as low self-esteem. I think it kind of ties into the external validation. Absolutely. So if I have low self-esteem, I'm going to go and ask you, how do I look? Yeah, how do I look? How does this make? How does this sound? What does this look like? What do you think about this? Right. So it's tough because does that make you toxic, or does that just mean that you need a little bit of help?
I don't think it makes you toxic to outside people necessarily. I take that back. Okay, I take that back. Anytime I feel like you have a host of these issues that you're dealing with within yourself, it's automatically going to spread into your world.
Absolutely.
Automatically. So if you're not loving yourself, if you don't think highly of yourself, off the bat, you're not feeling that way about other people. You know, it's probably some fake shit. If you are exuding that to other people, but you don't feel that way about yourself, it's not real. Yeah. In my opinion. Okay. So I think the only way to tackle a lot of these things is like some of the things that we've talked about before on some of the healing pieces, through meditation, through consciously taking better care of yourself. Maybe it is a spiritual avenue that you need to go down, and not judgment of any type of spirituality that people seek. Really, for me, spirituality is just stepping outside of yourself and saying, hey, there is something bigger than me that maybe I need to tap into to help me to be a better version of myself. Yeah. So I think these are the things. It's like, I feel like all of us have one or some of these things happening within ourselves. So we just have to, I think, like you said, be willing to acknowledge what it is, face it head on, feel the feelings that come along with that shit. Facts. And then from there, just be willing to do what it takes to grow. And that doesn't mean that there's any one path. And I think that's where we sometimes get fucked up, especially as Black people. Oh, let me pray to the white pray to Jesus. You got to go in the room of prayer and pray to your master. I'm first going to talk to little black baby Jesus with the leather jacket and the wings. Why does your baby Jesus sometimes he has on stirrups with his ass out. What? Like, wait a minute. Why does your Jesus have on a Prince outfit? Listen, because I can make up whatever I want to. Clearly, that's what everybody else is. So my whole thing is that I'm not judgmental of what path people take. It's really just about understanding what it's going to take for you. And I think meditation and going inside and not being afraid to do what we call shadow work, not being afraid to look at the dark pieces of yourself, the pieces that you're afraid of that haunt you or have been hurtful. You have to face those things in order to grow out of these toxic traits that we tend to have with ourselves.
Well, I totally agree with you for sure. I just something else I was reading the Pussy Prayers book. One of the questions that they did ask, speaking on religion, not necessarily religion, but they were asking like, who taught you how to be a woman? So just speak, because I can't speak from a man's standpoint, despite what y'all may think. Okay, I can't speak from it, but I can speak from the woman. Like for a woman, sometimes a lot of these things do apply. We are super critical of ourselves and others because we were trained to be that way, and then you have to undo that. And in that book, it said, "Who taught you how to be a woman?" What did you gain from that information? So this goes back to, what are you seeing in yourself? What do you see as womanhood that you're going to probably end up projecting out? So what do you see as toxic that you're going to either project out or try to fix? So that's why I thought this was such a interesting topic because y'all go ahead and comment because y'all gonna get this and let us know what are other toxic ways or toxic traits that you are in a relationship with yourself. Yeah. And you being toxic to you. Maybe you beating yourself. I don't know. Take that for how you want to take it. I saw your face caution.
Sometimes that may be okay.
Sometimes beating yourself is all right. But if you beating yourself too often, Caution, why did you come? We was on a higher pitch.
Listen, sometimes you gotta sprinkle some reality. What's funny is I was just, and this is completely off topic, but I was just watching this video on TikTok where the dude was like, I'm on day 1 and not beating my meat. He was like, he came back the next day like, I'm on day 2 and not beating my meat. The third video, he was like, day 1 and me not beating my meat. So I get it, you know.
It's a toxic relationship with you beating your meat.
Yeah, you beating yourself. That is.
But it is what it is. Toxic traits are just, I think that's a word that is still in 2023. I think we need to come up with another word for it.
Besides toxic?
Like dumpster juice or something. I don't know. Like,
there's something else to come along.
Like, but at this point, we're just gonna move right along. That's your relationship shits that we're getting into. Y'all know sometimes we go a little bit long, but so we want you to ponder.
If they white, they might.
You feel me? We're getting better with this synchronization here, okay?
And we actually have white people in this segment today.
We do. I was gonna put some black people in there, but I was just like, it's
gotta stay true to the cause.
You know what? It is Black History. So
it's Black History Month. We're not doing this.
I forgot it is still Black
We're
History.
not doing this all February.
Yeah, so let's shout out the woman who basically let's talk about the first group of white girls setting the scene for that. I'm outside. I'm selling my food. You know what I'm saying? I got hot dogs. I got links. I got whatever.
It's
chips.
A food truck.
It's a food tray. Whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah, the little
and they
thing.
just come up to your shit and they're just gonna touch on the
your
food.
Shit.
Oh God.
So a group of white girls in college who have been found and have been put on blast.
Yeah.
Go up to a food truck and they're probably lit. You know, who knows what they're on.
Have to be.
And they're touching food, picking up food and tasting it. And he's literally doing everything he can to stay, you know, not in a state where, like, I'm thinking, oh, he finna put one of their fucking faces on the fire pit.
Like, clearly you want to be on this goddamn pit.
And would have been justified. Would have been justified to do that. But he did not. So at what point, I think the question is, do we forego possible jail when we're dealing with Karens or mini Karens or, you know, the like?
I don't know, cause it couldn't have been me. Cause you touch it,
motherfucking ass upside the head with
that's
that goddamn
money.
spatula.
That's money going down the drain.
Fuck?
I can't sell that now. You know what I'm saying? And what happens in these cases if I take justice in my own hands and just smack the fuck out of your ass with this spatula, now all of a sudden it's, oh my God, you hurt me. Nobody hurt you, bitch. You came over here fucking with me. Right. And that's the problem with property. Yeah, that's the problem with the immediate justice system. I have to prove that you were fucking with me. Right. I have to have the video footage because what if there was no video footage and he did respond?
Then we know who you're believing.
Right. You know, so that's the problem. Like, you're not, again, that goes back to what we were saying on our last podcast. Like, y'all need to stop with these fucking games and jokes. Somebody gonna end up hurt.
I'm a big advocate of that. Like, the prank shit is cool, but like now I'm seeing a lot of shit where it's like, come on, like,
you taking it too far.
Let's chill out with this. This culture has become dangerous.
Yeah.
And you know, being from Cali, you know, a lot of them they pushing whatever the card is. Like, this is how they make their money.
For real,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And I gotta go report this back to the crib because rent is due. Because I need to put food on the table because somebody needs school clothes or
you're fucking with
supplies.
My livelihood.
Like, come on, like, you tripping. So if they white, they might. You know what I'm saying? I better not see now one of you niggas.
Fuck them up, and we will.
With them,
we'll protest on your behalf.
Probably wasn't even a prank. That's just how they are. Like,
no, it wasn't a prank.
And listen,
in this case, it was not a prank. It was white girls being white girls.
I thought they said it was a sorority thing. Like, they was just doing it for their sorority.
No, I think they were in a sorority and they were just fucking doing it.
Okay, got it.
They do shit like that. Like, you know, I be in HEB and all that good shit walking around, and they do weird shit like eat grapes off the vine right there without being washed and shit.
Wait a minute about the grapes. I seen my mama do that when we was young. You know, she had to make sure that this was good. So she got a few off.
My grandma probably did too, but you know they all.
I did too.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So they do weird shit though.
But we see them do that at like potlucks and shit. This is why you gotta. This is why I tell people if you're doing anything at the job, like I need to be first in line because I know somebody finna come up here and be like
shit and putting it down.
I don't do the potluck thing. I'll do if we bring in shit bought from other places. Yeah, I'm not eating nothing from your fucking house. Yeah. I'm not doing it.
Because people have cats on counters.
Everybody's house.
No,
I'm not doing it.
It's not good.
I'm good.
Yeah, when you know, because people be having cats and shit and dogs and all kinds of shit
just on counters.
And then some people
they feed them and
people
touch them
eat while they cook.
and
Everybody eats
they don't
while
wash
they
their
cook.
hands.
Everybody does. I don't care who you are.
Yo, I do, but I'm gonna tell you, I'll use like 5 different fucking spoons because I'm like, boom, I tasted it, sink. Boom, I tasted that sink. I never go. I'm not rinsing it off. That's what a dishwasher is for.
Nice,
so
nasty.
yeah. We going on to the next one. This next one was crazy when I came across it, but I think it's actually proving the point. So a woman is sitting in court.
This is Wisconsin.
And her lawyer is trying to prove that she is no longer competent to stand trial because she decapitated her lover. She chopped that nigga to pieces. Okay.
In court.
And then she just
attacked her own lawyer.
Yeah.
Why did she attack the lawyer?
I guess she's trying to prove it at this point. You know what I mean? Like prove that she's not competent.
Round of applause for the sale.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like she set that up perfectly. Like the lawyer probably, because when you really watch the video,
not to give her kudos for the.
If you're trying to prove that you're crazy, best way to do it is to attack your lawyer in court.
She attacked her own lawyer.
I'm with that.
But I'm saying what happened is when I was reading through that, it's like they're trying to justify. Did she go crazy or was she already crazy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what gets you off. Were you already crazy or did you just snap?
How do you determine that though?
I would say a documented like list of things, right? Like you've been to some crazy houses before, right?
But you white though. They don't take that shit serious. That's why they let these motherfuckers come. Listen, I don't want to get to this. Let's not.
He's not even giving them a pass. He's like, no, they just do that on the weekend when they're in my house.
You'll see people like fucking school shooters and shit, and then you go look at they fucking pages and shit from like years ago.
And they've been doing it.
And they've been. That's why I don't.
There were signs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play with them. There's
always a sign though.
Are we do? What's our time? Okay,
can we good on time?
Can we do fuck around and find out? I mean, fuck around and find out.
What did I say on fuck around and find out?
It's some good shit here.
All right, so on fuck around and find out, which one we going with first?
Let us go with, okay. Let's go with this. Teachers getting into fights, because there's been a couple of instances. Mm-hmm. Teachers getting into fights with students. Mm-hmm. So, a black teacher, a man, a sub, body slams a student for calling him a nigger. How do we feel about this?
Listen,
today, are you like, I'm losing my job today, I'm finna fuck this little motherfucker up and teach him?
But sis though, like the black guy, when you watch that video, right? Like he was calm for so long, and for me, long is a minute. Like he was calm for so long because these kids are mad disrespectful. Like
kids are
at me, bro.
Disrespectful right now.
I'm gonna probably hit you. I am.
Like and we just seen the one with the girl not even
fighting her teacher, and that lady broke her leg.
Yeah, she in her teacher's face like, bitch, I will fuck you up. And I'm like, really?
And I think that was middle school.
Yeah.
Mm.
And she attacked her teacher, a black lady, and the lady, her leg ended up being broke or something like that.
So
what is up with these kids fighting these teachers?
You finna fuck that kid up.
Listen, parents, fathers, as they say, I'm going to hit your child if they put their hands on me. I'm sorry. I may not punch him in his mouth, but I'm gonna make sure he feel me for putting his little nasty hands on me. I'm gonna tell you that much.
But then you know that they're gonna try to make this sub lose his job because it's just words. But my thing is, when you're in somebody's face, words can be just words if you're over there in a corner.
Agreed.
But if you're here, right here in my face, I'm
feeling spit.
Yeah,
like I remember that used to be the thing when we was little. Like, don't spit on me. You better not spit on me. Like, and you if this close, you probably gonna spit on me, and then we're gonna fight.
Yeah, but I feel like the word was said nigger with the ER.
It was the
like
ER.
I feel like nigger.
I think he should at least get the shit slapped out of him. Like, slap the fuck out of his ass.
I'm one of them kids that used to antagonize
the racist ones.
No, I would net deathly. I would push a teacher to his limits. You know what I'm saying? So like, especially a substitute. I had a substitute teacher slam me on the table before, so I feel it. I did.
You needed that shit.
What I was doing was so reckless. It was so reckless that I deserved it. And so it was like, at the time I didn't. I got up and got with the shits too, but like, in retrospect, I deserved it. You know what I'm saying?
But as a parent today, how do you feel if you get that call from
your child acting a fool with a teacher?
You better be gone when I get there.
Like, if it's documented, like they sent you the video, like you can't even, it's irrefutable.
You gotta have restraint. You chose this fucking job, okay? Keep your hands to yourself. I couldn't do the job because I know I don't have that restraint. You chose this occupation, so you should know your limitations. Walk away. That's a pride thing too. A teacher don't want to get shown up in front of the class, so you don't want this.
I think the flip side to that is the teacher has to show that they have control over the class. So if one person gets out of line, and then it's like a domino effect. So my thing is, I don't want to get that call. Like, I get the call because I think as a parent, you're gonna go, I'm gonna be on my child's side first. But if you send me the video and I'm over here like,
I don't know. It's something about being a parent to see somebody putting their hands on your child that you just can't get over. So I get mad if I see a little kid put their hands on my child as a little
you be
kid.
ready to slap the shit out their ass.
I don't know what it is.
Have you seen that video of that girl though? Because the little boy.
I know the one y'all talking about. Yeah,
the little boy that got slammed, like that was coming. But that girl was wilding the fuck out. So as a parent, like, how do you feel about your daughter? Like she's disrespecting authority. She's yelling. She's threatening.
As a parent, it's your fault.
But you still feel like that teacher, that teacher tried to walk away.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I think that's a parenting thing. Like, you can't really be mad if something does happen if you're not raising your child to be respectful. And
that's that.
You know what I mean? So you putting your child in a position to where they feel empowered to do these kind of things.
Yeah. Right.
And so if something go left, you can't come up there with the rah-rah, and now everybody sees this is why the child is like that.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
It's a domino effect. It is.
It's crazy. I would just tell the kids, like, chill the fuck out. Because
keep your hands to yourself at the end of the day.
I had teachers that,
I remember I've been mama bear a few times.
Yeah,
my time.
But my mother was the type, like, she was gonna come to your defense if you was right, but please don't put her in a situation while
for real.
You acting a fool.
They saying, and she's sitting there in the principal office, and this was a real life situation for me. Whatever I did, she looked at that principal across. She said, I'm finna fuck her up. Can you please not do that in the office? Because then I'm going to have to arrest you. And I'm looking at my mom like, really? You just going to hit me right here? I totally believed her. But my mother was more pissed off. She ain't lose no work because she had so much time. Mamas just say that shit. I'm losing all this time at work. No, you not.
No, you not. Being liars. They lose this shit.
Like, on some real nigga shit. You took an extended lunch break that you still gonna get paid for. You just mad because you here.
We didn't understand the concept of PTO back then, though. That's what it was. So we couldn't argue it. Now I know it accrues weekly if you're not salary.
Right.
You lying, mama. You just got 5.5 hours of pay period.
Like, you got the time. Chill out. So I just think at this point, like, we do need to do better as a village.
On our children, and that's the bottom line.
Do better as a village
overall. And so before we hop into the fun things that you are all tuned in for, the sex shit, I really want to. There's a couple of topics that we have to hop into that are hot topics. Number one, for the DFW area and in general. So number one, I definitely want to tackle. So we saw this video, right? Sace Uncovered, where people are walking out on Trina now this is
Rick
Houston.
Ross. Yeah.
And Rick Ross, they're like, yeah, fuck this. So we don't know what the situation is, right? Being in hip hop and being promoters and the type of people that we are, right? Being in this industry for a long time, we understand, okay, well, maybe these people, maybe it's like 1 a.m. or almost 2 a.m. and people are fucking mad and they're like, you know what, fuck you, I'm going home at this point because the lights are on. I'm like, all the lights are on in the arena, so I don't know what's happening here. So there may be some extenuating circumstances for you walking out. The Trina video, that looked like just regular Showtime and people were like, yeah,
Her show was so
I'm getting the
bad,
fuck
though.
out of here.
It was so bad.
So we ask, is hip hop a young man's sport? Like, does it have a time frame? And if it's not a young man's sport, because all of us are still very, I feel like, regardless of our age, we still have creativity to give and all these types of things when it comes to hip hop. So this is a question that we're posing to ourselves. I
gotta be honest,
is it a young man's sport or is it just the delivery? And bitch, get your shit together if you're gonna hop on a stage where people paid to come see you. Like, what is the question here?
Listen. At 60, don't y'all expect the same shit to happen on Been Grinding that y'all got when I was there?
That's my fucking joy right there.
That song gonna be like,
that is my joy.
I've been grinding. I got me fucked up. I do not have the need.
Because we're in our 40s. How old is Trina now? She's in her 50s?
But
I think late 40s.
I just
late 40s.
Mid 40s.
Okay.
Tell her, Caution, how are you feeling about it?
In the comments, it said that the show was
bad. It was
late and bad.
Late and bad. I mean,
this is my thing, and this is no slights, but we got to keep it 100.
Let's keep it 100.
Stop talking about Trina as this musical artist that people ever cared about. Nobody cared. When I saw them do that fucking thing about her on BET, I was so pissed off. Why did she get an honors? What is she getting an honors award for? So that's another topic for another day.
I've never been a Trina fan.
Trina ain't got 5 songs I can name that don't got Trick Daddy on it.
I can't talk about one right now, but I know there's for sure one that I really like.
She got a bunch they talk about.
I don't know what the name of it is.
The Killer Mike, the one with
when
the
you
Kelly
started off
Rowland.
the conversation to say the one with and not the song, I'm not gonna play what you say. Because if I said name 5 Lil Kim songs and give me 5 Cardi B songs. But I will say, no, I don't agree with it being a young man's sport because I've seen too many elder statesmen. I just saw Jadakiss. I just saw West Side Gun in Miami. I just saw all these people, Currency, who's 20 years in the game.
Yes.
And they still pack out wherever they go.
But they also not jumping around. They're not jumping around like that. Like when you, this is why I love Jay-Z. Like if y'all didn't know
Jay-Z sat at a table at his last award show, like.
What do you mean?
My thing is, I've even incorporated this in some of my own shit. Like some of that rah-rah shit that you do to get the attention, like, nah, you just gotta move your body in a certain way. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta jump around. But it ain't even that. It's,
dude, what type of, like, if we're talking about a Trina or even a Rick Ross, like, I think for a Rick Ross, like, people understand that his whole persona was made from actual gangsters, and now we've all seen the Netflix series
we already
on
know
the actual gangsters. So some of that shit kind of wears off for some of these artists that aren't just like true.
But do you want to be the baddest bitch when you're 60?
No.
Yeah,
if your music doesn't transcend, though, you can't expect for the audience to kind of just stick with you. I think that's the Rick Ross thing.
So you have to be in front of your audience as well.
I think that's another thing why Jay-Z has lasted so long, because his music does transcend, but a lot of artists do, like, they get in this box and it's kind of like,
or you oversaturate yourself. Yeah. Like, that's the thing about Nas and Jay-Z, because now they can do that. And I've always been an advocate of hip-hop being treated the same way rock and roll does.
Yeah. Yes.
We should have 60-year-old rappers touring for the rest of their life. Why do we have an age limit on our shit? But
there shouldn't be.
And they can still tour until they 80 and barely can talk.
The thing is being, you have to understand who your audience is. Like, I don't want to be as a 43-year-old person who does hip hop. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who does hip hop and R&B and all this. No, my audience is not 18-year-olds. It's just fucking not. Like, I'm not in front of Lil Uzi Vert people. And if that's what you're trying to do, you're gonna have the whole audience walking out on your ass.
I just went to a concert in Fort Worth and I saw Tag Team. And I'm gonna let you know. Okay,
Tag Team, back again.
Okay,
yeah.
Hold on.
Okay, so
is that their name?
Yeah, Tag Team. So when you think about it, Tag Team, back again.
What were you doing there?
Party people.
Why were you there, Say?
I had Trina knees back. I mean, not Trina.
Listen,
what's
I enjoyed the fucking song.
I had Meg.
That's why I was there, goddammit.
Who told you about this show? Like,
how did you find out about this? What? Wait a minute.
Boogie.
Listen.
Shout out to Boogie. Okay, now you get a pass for that because she knows where every show is.
I had Meg knees back then.
Listen, but here's the thing about them. Now, I saw them on stage and I was like, yeah, they tired. But again, where did I tell you we was at? We was in Fort Worth at the Stockyards at a new venue, and their demographic.
Right.
Is older people.
That's true.
Nope. Their demographic
people.
Looks
like that. So they enjoyed the shit.
Right, because they jamming their ass off. The black people, we like, exactly what he did.
What am I doing here? It's time to go. If I'm hearing Tag Team come out and they are tired, I'm fucking leaving. Fuck your Stockyard.
Because they were like 40 when I was 17 and I'm 43 now.
Nigga, it was a whole situation. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I want another thing.
I'm gonna tell you, I had a lot of fun. The way that they set that up. But then it goes back to those were fun songs. These people, you know, they gonna get drunk, they gonna do whatever. But I can't see myself like some of that thug nigga shit.
I'm here for an Uncle Luke concert.
Like, fuck nigga free. Y'all know that's like my anthem, right? But I can't see Glorilla at 60 at the hip hop ones, like, I'm F-R-E-E, fuck nigga free. What? Still?
But listen.
Still?
That's so some people grow, some people do not. And I think that is what is apparent in our brand of music because it is a lot of times, not all the times, clearly. Right. Sometimes it is centered around lyrics and what's happening in the times and in the ages and all of that. I do feel like as an artist, you do have to adjust and grow with the times if you are still going to be relevant and viable in the industry.
For sure. Well, we're gonna move right along, and I'm gonna take this moment before we Deep Ellum.
Oh God.
So this is our local area in Dallas. It's called the Arts District, Deep Ellum.
I'm hurt. Cause I'm tired. Like
there's been a lot of violence, and we want to give a shout out, and we want all of you to also send out a prayer to Chief Rebel. He's an amazing artist. I actually just a couple of weeks ago went to his concert. He had a concert at the Freeman, where he also works, and he was an innocent bystander, literally just working. When two guys got into an altercation outside of the Freeman, which by all accounts, I have never ever seen or heard of violence on that block of Deep Ellum. There has been a lot of it on other blocks, but not there. It's normally grown folks having a good time, coming to listen to live music. And two people got into an altercation, started shooting, and he was an innocent bystander and caught a couple of stray bullets. And so send out your prayers for him. He is still fighting
and recovering
and going through recovery, and we know he's going to recover. That's the only energy we're putting out there. And so send out your prayers on that. But we are just like really sick and tired and not completely sure, I guess, of what to do or how to handle the violence that's happening in a very beloved part of town where artists get to express themselves.
Yeah, I think where my like that fucked me up, seeing that first thing Monday morning. Like, it fucked me up. And it fucked me up because, bro, Deep Ellum has always been a space where we could come, and this is where you figure out what type of artist that you are.
Absolutely.
This is where you're gaining your fan base. This is where we're meeting friends. Shout out to Arnetic back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
we're
this
having
is how we connected.
Facts, like, and now you got us who, you know, Carson, you have kids, you have a daughter. Like, now I have to choose between, do I just stay at home to avoid the violence, or because I need to be here for the rest of my people, or do I take the risk and go support my people? Because support is it's one of those things. It's gotta be reciprocated. Like, I gotta go to your shows, you gotta go to my shows. We gotta support each other when nobody else will. But I don't want to be in the crossfires. Like, I just seen him the Sunday before this situation happened, and I just walked up to him standing outside with DQ. It's always all love, and again, it's just the same old fucking story, same old fucking song. The bullet didn't have a name on it, and it's always hitting the wrong motherfuckers.
People who ain't got shit to do with it.
Like, if you can't fight, just say that. Then why you lick it up with guns? Like, I don't even understand it. And the mere fact is, it's also fueling why they want to gentrify it. Why they want to. We're still arguing
it's
why
literally
we can't
giving
wear.
fuel to
Why
the fire.
I can't wear J's and a button up and a hat to the club. This is why. This is fucking why. Like, so I don't want to pigeonhole us as a people, but shit, the bad apples, like, y'all just keep fucking coming. Like, that man won't doing nothing but doing his job,
Literally
and doing
working.
a job that he enjoys.
Inside of the club.
Come on.
He wasn't even outside. He was inside when he got hit.
Like,
Inside of the club.
Shit crazy. You can't even say it. You got to know how to move if you
He
inside
inside.
somewhere.
you inside. You was already should have been protected.
Yeah, it's fucked up to hear, man. I
So-
hate that happen to that man.
Yeah, so even though we send out, we're gonna forever send out that good energy, because we know that this testimony from him is gonna be great. We know if he want, the music's gonna be great. We know all of this, but it shouldn't have to come to this shit.
Right.
And it's just frustrating. Like, what do we do? What do we who
How can we fucking keep the riffraff out? Like
there's a way, but it ain't gonna be what niggas want. I can tell you that. They will find a way, but it's going to affect those adversely that are there for
it's gonna affect people who are not causing trouble.
Right. So
If we're talking about stuff
it's a
like
way
that.
to do it,
if they implement anything like, stop and frisk, that's gonna
Which
that's
they've
gonna
tried before down
Right.
there, and it just runs off people who ain't doing shit.
Right.
You
Right,
know?
we're the ones that spending the money. The artists are the ones that spending the money in
For
Deep
sure.
Ellum. We the ones out there, drinking and supporting the bars and paying doors and this shit is crazy. Like, so I really don't understand it. It's baffling, and he's not the first story,
Right.
and he won't be the last.
Yeah.
And that's the part that sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Either way.
Big
Shout
love
out to
to
him.
Chief Rebel. Yep. All right. So
I'm gonna
energy
get into
shift.
it. Energy shift. I am gonna keep this shit playing, because I need y'all to get y'all aim together, because if you are fucking, see, we're recording this on the night after Valentine's Day.
Valentine's.
So if you're fucking between now and the 28th, that means you're creating
A fucking Scorpio.
So I need to make sure you guys aim, and I need the grip of the pussy.
We don't need no
around it.
more motherfucking
Boom.
Scorpios
Boom.
in this motherfucker.
So, the first
don't need
position,
no more of them
the
motherfuckers.
first position, which I'll send you the picture, Caution, but it needs no introduction. It's as old as we
What's
are,
the 4%?
older than we are,
What is it?
and it's called fucking just lay on your back. It's called
Missionary.
Good old missionary. And I just want to add a little spice into the missionary. When you on top of her doing the missionary, this is what I need you to do. Look in her eyes. Look in her eyes, and she's gonna say some shit like, "Come at me, daddy," and your stupid ass. Let me tell you what you're gonna do. Your stupid ass is gonna do it. Caution talking about nope. That's because she's already done it. He's already done it. He's already been bamboozled and hoodwinked.
You want this party to end early? I'm getting the fuck up out of here. What the fuck is you talking about?
So good old missionary, when she can hold you.
Okay, well, this is what. How?
It's a couple of different types of missionary.
That's what I was about to
It
say.
is.
Is it just a startup? Like we starting here because it can't go the whole time like that.
Listen. You might end up there. We don't know, but the missionary.
It's a couple
position,
different types of missionary.
Which missionary
like you got
want
the
to do?
missionary, right, where the person is like laying body to body, and y'all,
that body to body gets you in trouble.
All up in there.
I done been there. That body to body fuck you up. You think you love that bitch, you really don't.
Yeah,
you don't.
But then there's also the missionary, like where your feet is on the chest, right?
Okay,
What?
yeah,
What?
like leg on the shoulder, legs
feet
on the shoulder.
chest.
Yeah. That's
Exactly.
That's that good old pretzel.
Listen here, that feet on the chest, and then
Whichever missionary. What's the next one? What's the other missionary? Do you have another?
Oh yeah, you could have a missionary where one of the legs is up and one is down. That's still considered missionary, ain't it?
That's the YMCA.
Okay, so if you're doing that, you're for sure gonna create a fucking Scorpio.
Yeah.
For sure. Because at this point,
Right.
we're here.
Right. For
Accept it. You're a father now. Accept it. She might not take a plan B because you got a good job. Accept it, sir. Because you got to drive too far for an abortion.
But I think missionary is great. It is very intimate.
It is. Like, I don't want to do missionary with bitches that you just fucking. If you can't kiss that bitch in the mouth while you fucking her, don't do missionary.
Yeah.
Don't do missionary.
That ain't enough of a visual for me.
Listen, we don't need visuals. See, Carson, we don't need visuals. The goal in this week's educational purpose is to create more of me.
No. We don't need more Scorpios.
Looking at your sweaty ass forehead while I'm here. Fucking hair all detangled and all over. If you don't turn your goofy ass over, this shit is not happening like this. Like, that's cool. We started here. Maybe we was laying there and they just rolled into it.
Say,
That's
Any other time, all the weird shit Carson don't want to do. You mentioned missionary. Now
he want to do all the
There's
other
a gray
ones.
area. There's a gray area. As opposed to having my fucking legs up. No, we're not going that far.
But we found a great position until niggas was pointing shit out. Anyway, the second position that we're gonna go with, which I think is a phenomenal position,
What?
is the good old ride. Let her take a ride.
Let her take a ride.
Let her take a ride.
Not scoot. Everybody say scooting.
Not a scoot.
And for the ladies, when we say ride, we mean like the Meg the Stallion is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta ride it to the tiptoe and keep going. Like, you gotta get it all the way to the top and come back down. I've seen it done. Don't ask me how.
We have to have goodie back on. There's a lot of different ways to do this riding thing.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If you have control of it, you're supposed to feel a thump or something. I don't know. Ain't
You know what I want to do? I want to get one of them chairs. It's like the little chair
The little
thing.
riding chair?
Yeah.
What
I
is
don't know
that?
if y'all seen that. Check it out on Amazon. It's like a little chair that the woman could sit in, right?
Is the man under the chair?
Yeah, the man is under the chair.
I know what you're talking about.
I think I'm gonna have to try that out. I'll report back.
That might be, might be serviceable.
Every time she says
My knees ain't like they used to be.
Listen, every time she says
no
she wants
weight.
to report back, I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Anytime you say you're gonna report back, I just don't like it.
How come?
Cause
I'm reporting back.
And then we're gonna do one more. I'm gonna give you a weird one. I like this one, but I do feel like it's not weird. I just feel like it's just normal. We're gonna go with that one. Tie that bitch up. Tie that bitch up so she can't move.
It ain't like the Christmas lights.
Nah. Tie that bitch up.
Holy shit.
And hit her from behind. You know what I mean? She can't. Where's she running to?
Listen,
Wait a minute.
Who can she run to?
That right there remind me of the part on Malcolm X when he said, "When you gonna call rape?" I ain't fucking with that. I'm good.
Oh my goodness.
She gonna have bruises on her wrist and her. I'm good.
This looks fun. I'm gonna do a little bit more yoga and then I'll report back.
No, I think you can do it right now.
I might be able to.
I mean, I
the
can see
adrenaline
you
gets
set
to
that
running.
thing
You don't think about what hurts.
Let me see.
You don't think about what's cramping and hurting in the midst
That's
of it. You
true.
just go for what you know.
Adrenaline gets to open. I feel like that might be possible.
I didn't even think about that. If you get a fucking Charlie horse in this fucking position, like, what are you doing? He just like a fucking fish. Like, let me go.
You gotta wait till you untie your goofy ass.
This nigga think he just beating the pussy up, and you're like, no, nigga, ow.
Nigga, my leg is about to come off. Like, no, nigga, stop.
If you
I can't flex my feet. I can't flex my feet.
Yo, if you get a Charlie horse in this position, you need a safe word. Cause
now let me ask this, right?
That looks kind of fun though.
If you are in a position, right, and you get to that point where it's either I'm about to get to where I'm trying to go, or this Charlie horse is at the breaking point. Do you hold on?
I'm gonna tell you like this.
For the man, it's different, right?
I done fucked a many of bitches through a whole back spasm. Back is fitting to like just exit. I will fuck through back spasms, Charlie horses, especially if it's on the edge. Like I gotta sacrifice. So I gotta go ahead and get this off.
This is a whole nother thing. Like in that particular position,
yeah, this one rough.
Even for I don't know about for the man, of course. That's kind of basic for the man, but for the woman being in that position, if I'm getting ready to have like a full orgasm, that position is gonna be a problem.
That's what I'm saying, because you so fucking confined.
Like my body trying to contort in that particular position.
You gonna bust out of that shit. Snap all them ropes.
This shit is it's gonna be a problem. Like that was gonna be a problem if I'm having a big O. That's gonna be a whole problem.
You know what's gonna be even more of the problem? Let's say you are comfortable with this position. Let's say this nigga decide to do some extra shit. Like you ready, you right there, and this nigga pull completely out. Now you just sitting here like, why?
Nigga, like, give me a
second.
Hold on. Let me catch my breath looking ass. Hold on. You like, nigga, what?
This is a great intermediary position. This is not a finishing place.
She don't want to finish him because she don't have no control of it. Please don't let nobody fool you.
But if you got to stop to untie you, like that's the thing about it is you can't fucking just stop in the middle of some shit. That's women. We don't have as much control over that shit as y'all think we do. So if you just fucking stop some shit in the middle and say the nigga can't get back to where he was before. Now we think about how awkward this is. We going hard, and now you're like, okay, untie me. So now I'm sitting here with my dumbass untying you. We stop, and it's like, all right, let's go again. Like, no. Keep all that fancy shit. That's where I'm like, I can, missionary to that. There's a gray area. I like to keep it on the gray area.
Like I said, you should have just stuck with the missionary and the rider. You wanted some extra shit. I just proved my goddamn point. Every time I give you extra shit to try, you got damn logic. Just do it. Tie up. And see how it goes. And what you got to do, see, your problem is you thinking of really deep dark shit. You really want to tie up with some rope? Get the fucking tape that you can just move.
That you can just.
There's tape that you can move, so because it's a safety thing, so she can just break it. You know what I'm saying?
But then that defeats the purpose. You're not really tied up. Like if you gonna play the game, play the game.
This nigga want to put a fucking tie on that he learned in fucking Boy Scouts or some shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Double tie.
Put a fucking noose around her goddamn wrist and
shit.
You
gotta tie it and then ask her like, try to get out of it real quick. Try to bust out of it, see if it works. Like, okay, we good now.
So I guess the moment is when she can't get out. Like, what's wrong with you, sir? What?
I thought we was playing slaves and slave masters.
Slaves and slave owners.
Mammy and master.
Lord.
So listen, the first two positions is gonna get you Scorpios. This next position might get you hurt. I'm not sure.
Very possible.
I'm not sure, but we're gonna move on to some other shit. Cause we like to end this shit positively for sure. Let's shout out some black people. We're not gonna say any fucking speculations, no shit like that. Black news and good news. Let's talk about Rihanna in the Super Bowl. She did an excellent.
I think she did amazing.
Them lights was fucking with me though. I was trying to watch that shit. I was like, is it me?
First of all, I very, very much love Rihanna. I'm a fan for sure. I'm grateful that she did all of her hits. I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I feel like people who don't have a uterus and have never carried a baby should not say anything.
People that are not performers really should.
Her
or even if you
her
are
performer.
a performer. Stand your ass on that moving platform floating 150 fucking feet in the air.
And pregnant and just had a motherfucking baby. First of all, it takes a long time.
We don't know if she is.
Yeah, she confirmed that.
When did she confirm it?
Ma'am,
The next
that was
day.
confirmed.
All right. I just want to make sure she confirmed that.
She not only is she carrying a child, she just had one, and it takes women a couple of years to recover from the first one. She already got another one, and she just dropped the other one.
Again.
So I think she did a good job. She moved enough. The hits were the hits. The choreography was great. All the movement and the platforms and shit. I think it was a great job, and I'm just really perplexed about people who are so hyper fucking critical. Like, bitch, a lot of the people I saw criticizing her, you can barely walk down the motherfucking sidewalk or jog that hoe and not be breathing hard. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Like, take your favorite song and go for a jog and let me know how you feel.
For real.
Like, and when I say take your favorite song and go for a jog, I mean like say all the words
And then do it 13 times.
Yeah.
I'm so irritated.
You know what I mean? So I want to shout out Rihanna for still showing black excellence.
It was the Super Bowl, y'all. Like, this is not her show. It's a Super Bowl.
But not only that, she's smart as fuck. Right before she went on, or directly after her show started, she dropped some shit on Fenty, and that shit went through the motherfucking roof. That's what it's all about. That's why she's a billionaire right now. And all you hoes hating is probably not that.
100 airs, y'all. 100 airs, y'all.
Don't compare her
what's
to
next?
Beyonce, because you gotta understand.
Two different people.
Beyonce is an entity that can't show up without performing. She can't show up and do the same show that Rihanna did.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
Because the expectation for her is always over the top. If you ever go see a Rihanna show, she does a little dancing and whatnot, but she's very nonchalant on stage. That's part of her persona. Yeah. So this was like, I'm going to scale it down for my safety, and I don't want to fall on the fucking 50-yard line from 100 feet in the air. Like, people are so crazy. Just watch it.
Ridiculous.
Eat your nachos and shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
And I just want to say, as a person who's actually done just a smidge of choreography and performing, bro.
It ain't easy.
Bro, I ain't no dancer like that. So remember 5, 6, 7, 8 and my verse at the same time? Fuck y'all.
Fuck y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just a hyper. That goes back to relationships with yourself. You toxic because you keep criticizing everybody else. Right. Go check that shit. You toxic with yourself. Now, we're going to move on to the next one. Shout out to Rihanna, but we're going to shout out to the One United Bank, the nation's largest black-owned bank. Shout
out to them.
They're launching an empowerment network. So we've all, once Killer Mike gave us, he sounded the alarm. Hopefully some of y'all got in on getting that account or whatever you got to do. Try to bank black. Try to, learn about your finances. And we got shout out to Thomas Mayfield again, back in the thing. He's a principal down there in Fort Worth, still giving those black children amazing opportunities to not only learn about their finances, but doing it in a hip-hop way and doing it in a hip way so they can understand. We are teachable. Our kids are teachable. If we want them to be better and greater than us, what we have to do is present it to them in the form that they're doing. So if it got to be in the form of a TikTok video, or if it got to be in the form of one of them stupid ass dances, y'all better leave my goddamn 90s goddamn songs alone and stop moving so goddamn fast. But if that's the way that you got to learn how to balance your goddamn your account, do what you gotta do.
And I encourage the parents and the people in our generation, like, we know a lot more about credit and things like that than our parents knew when we were coming up. So they know about it now, and some of them are really good to go now, but they didn't know then to pass that on to us. So since we know how important credit is and keeping your finances balanced and all these types of things, make sure to pass those things along. Don't be afraid to talk about those things in your households, so that we can, have each generation get better and better. That is the name of the game.
And let me go ahead and stick this tidbit out there. I don't know when we gonna release this, but when we release it, anytime there's a holiday and you go spend it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all them charges ain't gonna hit till Tuesday. So what I need you to do, if you started with $1,500. Don't you spend 17. You're gonna get fees. Understand that. They gonna cover it all, but you gonna get fees. You got to understand this shit.
Payday loans, stay away from them as much as you can.
They charging what, 7,000% interest?
Listen.
You know,
it's that whole industry is very much predatory. Unfortunately,
understand credit, and we'll make sure we have somebody.
We're gonna have some people on this year. We're educating.
Yeah, we don't want to be in the dark. And for those who are learning about your credit, I get it, black people. Everything we do is a hustle. Like, we learn how to fucking sell plates and get fucking whatever loans or whatever. Just at least teach your family the game. If you know the game about credit, if you know the game about how checking accounts work, how purchasing a home work, at least start having those conversations at the game night, family function, have it with your kids. We are a better people. The whole reason why they say that they're afraid of us, because who said it? Educated black man is probably the most dangerous man in the world.
Period.
So be the most dangerous person in the world by just being an educated black person. Shout out to all my other people that are watching. We are not slighting you. It's just Black History Month, so I just want to shout out my folks. You know,
they know who we are.
It's
time for us on a more massive scale to understand who we are.
Facts.
They already know.
Facts. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I think y'all done got y'all feel. You know what I'm saying? Caution was over here.
We're gonna have some guests
He don't want to have no more kids or nothing. You know what I mean? Fuck that. You know.
Never.
Caution plugged this shit up. Me too, and I only got one.
Caution don't want no more kids.
No. One and done. Shout out to Pooh.
And I can't have no kids because the way my tools be set up, like they shoot blanks. But you know what I'm saying? You get that later. You know what I'm saying? So if she pregnant by me, she's a motherfucking lie. Listen, but who are we? Y'all see the sign. It's always gonna be Sace and Soulfly. Sace and Soulfly.
Listen, we're excited. We have a lot coming up this year. We're excited to hop into it. We're gonna have guests, some great personalities, a lot going on.
This shit gonna get interesting.
Make sure you share. A big shout out to All Over Media, Caution, for being a personality on the show as well as recording. Big shout out to Black Whitaker Group for syndicating us. We'll be on Spotify soon, so just stay tuned. Make sure you just stay locked and loaded with us. Sace and Soulfly on Facebook, on Instagram, on all the things on YouTube. Follow us, share us, make sure that you support us, and we have a lot more good shit coming your way.
And again, I just want to point out how we be in sync. Like, you got on denim, I got on denim. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
this
is what we do naturally.
Like, every time I be girling just a little bit, but not when I fuck your bitch. Happy Black History Month, guys.
Peace out.